Hello, good evening to all. Welcome to all to my YouTube channel Learn Mitra. I am Dr. Gaurav Jangda. So today we will learn the SPSS, and in the SPSS we specially go through the exploratory factor analysis. How you can apply the factor analysis in the SPSS. So we'll go through the step-by-step procedure. So learn how you can apply the exploratory factor analysis. So this is the data I have. You can see in the screen. So I have total of the 23 statements that is the based on the Likert scale. So the value that is given and the scaling is there. It is a 5-point Likert scale. Strongly disagree to the strongly agree. So that is the coding I have done already done. So these are the 23 statements. So we have to be just categorize the different factors or the basis of the factor loading. So how you can apply the factor analysis. So just start. So first of all, we have to be just go to the analyze. So in the after the analyze, you just go to the dimension reductions, select the factor. So you can see that we have the different variables here. So you can just apply the factor analysis. You can select and just put into the variables. Then go to the descriptive. So you can just check the initial solution. You can just click on the initial solutions or KMO Bartlett for the test of sphericity that will show the sample adequacy test. So you can also click on that. If you want to see the coefficient, you can also just click here. Or you also want to just know the univariate descriptive, so you can also select it if you want. So the KMO Bartlett test of sphericity is required to know the sample adequacy. Now we will just do the continuity. After the continue, just go to the extraction. So in the extraction, there is a different method. The principal component and weighted least squares, generalized least squares, maximum likelihood, principal excess factoring, the alpha factoring, the image factoring. But we have to go to the principal component because we have to be on the basis of the component. We have to divide the all the statement the different component, different factors. So you can select the principal components. Then correlation matrix you want to show, yes. Then if you want to see the Scree plot of that, you can also click on that. And rotated factor solution, you can also click on that if you want to also see the rotated factor solution. And the based on the eigenvalue, so you can see the how much the values should be more than this one. Or if you want to see the how number of the factors you want to know. For example, in this case, I want 4 factors. So you can also select the 4 factors here. The maximum iteration of the convergence, you can just make it default. The maximum number of factors I want in that 4. So you can just put it the 4. Continue. The rotations. So we will just use the Varimax rotation matrix in that case. And the rotated solutions. Then continue. Then you will go to scores. If you want to just save the variable as Anderson Rubin, you can also select it if you want to save the variables as like the Anderson Robinson. So you can select here. If you want to see the display factor scores, you can also click on that. Continue and options. Then you can also click on if you want to sort the coefficient table by the size, you can also select that. The absolute value should be below. You can select that like I want to the absolute value below the 0.05 means all the value will be all the eigenvalues which are less than the 0.4 0.5 we will leave those values, we will not consider those. Then continue, then okay. So now you can see we have the community also KMO Bartlett test is showing that the value should be 0.8. Value should be more than 0.8 for the KMO Bartlett test. So in this case, you can say the KMO value is 0.930. It's more than the 0.8. So it shows that it's the sample are the adequate for this factor analysis. Now you can see we have the total of the 23 statements. So all the extractions are given here for all the 23 statements. Now you can see the total variance explained. So we have just taken only the 4 variables. We have to select the 4 variables in this case. So 4 variables are there. So you can see the first 4 variable, four components, 1, 2, 3, 4. So in these four variables, you can see the total the initial eigenvalue is more than the 1. So we have to just consider that the eigenvalue should be the more than 1. So all these values are the more than the 1. 1.227 for 4. First is 7.290, then 1.739, then third component 1.317, and for the 1.227. And the total variance of the first component is explained 31, about the 31% of the total variance will be explained by the first variable. Then the second component is explaining about the 7.560% total variance of all the statements, all the variables. Then third is 5.725, means 5.725% of the variance is explained by only the third component for the all the statement. And fourth component is explaining the 5.336% of the whole component, whole for the all the variables. So now you can see that the total variance explained table is there. That is the cumulative frequency. You have added all the cumulatives. So this is the total variance explained. Now you can there's a Scree plot. So the Scree plot is given here. So in the Scree plot you can see that is the L shape of the Scree plot. So always there will be L shape of the Scree plot. So here you can see the four value, first four variable 1, 2, 3, 4. So these four variables are more than the 1. So the total eigenvalue is, you can see in the first four component which having the value is more than the 1. So in the Scree plot you can also see that a 0, then 2, then 4, then 6, then 8. So 0 and 2, between 0 and 2 there is a 1. So when you just see that the four components are more than the 1. So you can easily see that the all the values more than 1. So we can just go for these four components. So all the rotated matrix value will be given there. So we can just consider all these things. So you can see. So these are the four components we have already just selected, and the component matrix is given for all the four components. So that is the without the rotated. There is no rotated matrix is applied here. We have to be consider only the rotated matrix. So in the next, you can say this is the rotated matrix. So all the factors, there is four factors is considered here. So you can see the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are six statements is categorized in the first component. So according to the nature of these six statements, you can give the name of, or you can say label the name of that component. या आप कोई भी एक नेम दे सकते हो अकॉर्डिंग नेचर, आप सिमिलर उनको पांचों छह जितने भी सिक्स स्टेटमेंट्स हैं उन सिक्स स्टेटमेंट को पढ़ के एक कॉमन नेम इस फैक्टर का दे सकते हो। सेकंड आपका जो हमारी स्टेटमेंट है ये, बट ये देखना आपको जो वैल्यू है वो 0.5 से ज्यादा होनी चाहिए। 0.5 से कम एब्सोल्यूट वैल्यू हम इग्नोर करेंगे, जो हमने सेलेक्ट किया था ना 0.5, तो 0.5 से ऊपर की जितनी वैल्यू वो हमें लेनी है। और माइनस वाली स्टेटमेंट को अगर निकालना चाहो तो निकाल भी सकते हो, ठीक है, क्योंकि वी विल नॉट कंसीडर द माइनस। इफ यू कैन वांट टू टेक, यू कैन आल्सो टेक, बट माइनस की वैल्यू का जो स्टेटमेंट है वो आप निकाल भी, क्योंकि दैट विल आल्सो अफेक्टिंग द अदर वेरिएबल्स आल्सो। तो इसमें आप ले सकते हो ये नो स्लीप लाइक दैट। तो ये आपकी 0.677, 0.661, 0.523, 0.516, 0.514। तो ये जो स्टेटमेंट है सारी, ये आपकी सेकंड कंपोनेंट में, सेकंड फैक्टर में आ गई। तो इस सेकंड फैक्टर को भी, सारी स्टेटमेंट्स को एक कॉमन नेम आप दे सकते हो इसका। फिर उसके बाद आपकी ये थ्री स्टेटमेंट ये थर्ड कंपोनेंट में आ गई, थर्ड फैक्टर में। तो इन तीनों स्टेटमेंट को एक कॉमन नेम दे सकते हो थर्ड फैक्टर में। Then the last there is a fourth statement, that is the combined in the fourth component, and you can all together put all together all the four statement, and you can give the and label the a common name for that fourth statement. So you have the four factors, as you have to be provided the naming and labeling of the four factors. So that is the whole component transformation matrix is given there. So that is rotated component matrix, that is the important। तो हमारे लिए सबसे जो important है ये टेबल है, ये वाली टेबल सबसे important हमारे लिए। इसको आप कॉपी करके आप कर भी सकते हो वर्ड में, अगर मैं लेके आना चाहूँ इसको, तो इसको हमें एक्सप्लेन करना है, बट आपको जो स्टेटमेंट्स आपकी दे रखी होगी उसकी नेचर के अकॉर्डिंग आप उसको नेमिंग दे सकते हो। So you can give the, for example, these are the statement. You can give the a single name for this factor. This is the second factor. Then these statements are categorized in the third factor, and these statements are categorized in the fourth factor. इसको आप माइनस वाली को if you want to delete, you can delete. तो ये हमारे 4 फैक्टर आ गए। तो इन चारों फैक्टर को आप नेमिंग दे सकते हो। इसको आपने कोई नेम दे दिया, सेकंड वाले को कुछ नेम दे सकते हो, थर्ड वाले को अकॉर्डिंग टू दी स्टेटमेंट। इन तीनों स्टेटमेंट को पढ़ के आप इसको कॉमन नेम थर्ड वाले फैक्टर को दे सकते हो। इसी तरह 4 है, फोर्थ वाले में ये 4 स्टेटमेंट आ गई है। इन चारों स्टेटमेंट को आप पढ़ के एंड यू कैन गिव द कॉमन नेम फॉर दिस 4 फैक्टर। these are the 4 factors. So you can see in the SPSS also that the 4 factors are also generated in the variable view. तो ये 4 फैक्टर ऑटोमेटिक आपको यहाँ पे जनरेट हो जाएंगे। तो आपके ये 4 फैक्टर है, ये जनरेट हो चुके हैं यहाँ पे। तो इनका फैक्टर की आप नेमिंग देके अब इसके बेसिस पे आप इस पे अगर टी टेस्ट लगाना है या अनोवा या जो भी आपको टेस्ट लगाना है, यू कैन अप्लाई दोज टेस्ट। सो ये है सिंपल वे टू जस्ट नो द फैक्टर दिस। अब लास्ट में भी देखोगे तो ये 4 फैक्टर हमारे निकल के आ गए। तो आप 3 फैक्टर भी बना सकते हो उसके, बट आपको जो फैक्टर लोडिंग है, जो आइजन वैल्यू है, वो आपको 0.5 से ऊपर जो वैल्यूज है वो आपको कंसिडर करनी है इसमें अंदर। अगर उससे नीचे है वो यू कैन इग्नोर दैट। तो ये इस तरह से हम फैक्टर लोडिंग हम देखेंगे, आइजन वैल्यू देखेंगे, उसके बेसिस पे हम उसको फैक्टर्स को हम डिवाइड करके, स्टेटमेंट्स को फैक्टर वाइज डिवाइड करके उस फैक्टर्स को एक कॉमन नेम देके हम इस फैक्टर का आप नेम दे सकते हो कोई भी कॉमन। ठीक है, इसका नाम दे दिया आपने, इसका नाम दे दिया, इसका नाम दे दिया। लेबलिंग भी आप कर सकते हो, जो फैक्टर का नाम देना चाहते हो यहाँ पे, और यहाँ पे इसमें इसके करने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है। तो ये आप क्या हो गया पूरा फैक्टर एनालिसिस। तो इस तरह से आप इसको फैक्टर एनालिसिस को कर सकते हो। इफ यू हैव स्टिल एनी डाउट, यू वांट टू आस्क एनीथिंग, सो यू कैन जस्ट कमेंट on my YouTube channel or on my videos. So I will try to solve any queries whatever you will ask. So thank you so much to be here, and please subscribe my YouTube channel if you are not subscribed. Thank you so much.